first question we have is, how does it feel to be the first female mayor of Grayson?
It's a great honor to be the mayor of Grayson, much less the first female. I'm also the first second generation.
So, what inspired you to become a mayor of Grayson?
My father was mayor when I was young, and then he took a hiatus, and then he came back when I was in high school and in college. And when he retired, I was elected as a council member.
So, would you consider him your biggest inspiration?
Absolutely.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
So, because of your role as the first female mayor of Grayson, would you consider yourself a strong leading female?
I do.
That's wonderful.
I don't consider myself a feminist. I do consider myself a strong female, but I think anybody in my position would have to have that strong personality to be able to deal with the things that I deal with on a daily basis.
Okay, as of 2016, women held only 23% of government offices. How do you feel as one of the women who are increasing this percentage?
I think it's great. I do consider myself a strong leader. And with that, I think more women would be involved if they actually had the desire to. I think the number is so low because women just don't have that desire.
So, were you scared when you ran for mayor?
Out of my mind.
I would have been too.
Absolutely out of my mind.
So, what does courage mean to you?
Courage is going to be taking that first step. You know, when kids learn to walk, they don't know what it's like to fall. And when I ran for mayor, I was 41. So I had fallen a lot. So I knew what it was like, and I knew what it was going to take to get back up, and I had that courage to do it. So what does courage mean to me? It's the being willing to make that first step.
How do you see yourself being courageous every day?
Knowing that I have a lot of responsibility, and knowing that there are a lot of people, there's 3,800 residents that depend on me. I've got a staff that depends on me. I've got 15 other cities in the county that we all lean on each other. So it's courageous.
Yeah.
So thank y'all very much.
Hello, Ms. Copeland.
Good morning.
Thank you for meeting with us today. So, we all know that you're involved with Relay for Life. What is Relay for Life?
Well, Relay for Life is a group of teams that are put together throughout the United States that all come together to raise money for the American Cancer Society. Well, here at this school, I am one of 3 captains, and so we all run the club and help raise the money for our team, for Couch Middle School.
How did you get involved with Relay for Life?
Well, it all started when I was working at McConnell back in 2000. Basically, I joined the Relay for Life team there, and it was huge. And it was a major part of our school, and we had probably 250 kids involved, and we were raising $60,000 a year. It was phenomenal. And the biggest part of our relay here in Gwinnett is at the fairgrounds, the big relay event. And it's the largest in the world that Relay for Life holds. And going to those, it is so much support for those who have been battling cancer, for those who have lost somebody with cancer, and it's just a magical, crazy, awesome, wonderful time.
Running a relay team takes a lot of extra time and effort. What motivates you to put in this effort into the school?
Well, everybody has their reason for relaying and raising money for this cause. I personally had a grandmother that had breast cancer, and I lost her when I was in the 8th grade. And so she was the beginning of a person that I knew. And over time, as time has gone on, I've had so many friends and other family members that have had cancer, and it's just a way to celebrate, fight back, and remember those that have gone through cancer. So, yes.
How did things change for you in 2011?
I'm glad you asked that. Actually, so in 2011, I had actually found out that I had breast cancer. And it was funny because when I was actually told that I had cancer, I was wearing my Relay for Life shirt. You know, I just looked down at the shirt and just, we kind of, you know, accepted what it was. And honestly, just being a part of Relay for Life, it really lessened the blow, and I was able to take it much more at ease. And sadly, I was pretty excited about getting a free t-shirt and walking in the parade as a survivor. True story.
So how did your experience shape who you are now? And
the whole Relay for Life / cancer thing. Having gone through cancer, what it has taught me is to always take a step back, enjoy every moment, because tomorrow is never promised. And one of the other things that we did was to find every reason to laugh. There's another, finding gratitude. Always, no matter how bad something is, you can always find something to be grateful for. So we played the GLAD game a lot. And my kids were 2 in 2nd grade and 5th grade at the time. And of course their first question is, Mommy, are you gonna die? And I couldn't promise them yes or no. I said, well, we just know it's cancer. We're gonna do what we have to fight it. And that's gonna include whatever we have to go through. We're just gonna make it fun. So if it was the end, I wanted to go out having fun. So chemo, instead of the chemo taking my hair, before I even started chemo, my kids, we had a big hair shaving party, and they all cut and shaved my hair off. So, but we just made it fun so that they could better understand what was kind of going on and whatnot.
so this experience must have been really hard. How did you find the courage to get through it?
I guess I truly believe that courage is a choice. And anything that you're going through, you have a choice of how you're going to handle it. Whether it's a choice of attitude and it's a choice of courage. I've also have a personal faith that was huge in that, so never feeling alone. But I guess having 2 children, again, they were in 2nd and 5th grade, they were very young, and it wasn't about me, it was being courageous for them. And, but yeah, I believe it's a choice, yeah.
All right, well, thank you for doing this with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us with this.
Sure.
As of 2013, women only held 13% of law enforcement jobs. How do you feel as one of these extraordinary women who are increasing this percentage?
I feel good about my job. When I first started, I think there was only 2 of us in the department that I was at. But I mean, I feel good about it. It is still a male-dominated job, but I think that everybody has their own niche. Like, everybody has their place, and a lot of people take law enforcement and they automatically associate it with being strong. I think it's great that women are going in there where we can talk to kids great. I can talk to other mothers. I don't know, you just kind of connect better with women.
Yeah.
And if you have no female officers, like, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And then you bring like a different dynamic to the police department too, so yeah.
What inspired you to become an officer like this?
I had to do a project when I was 17, and it was predetermined questions that everybody had to ask, and I worked at Pervino's in Duluth, the one off Pleasant Hill.
Okay.
And a police officer came in, and I was like, hey dude, I was like, I really don't want to be a cop, but like I have this project that's due, and I need to, you know, ask somebody these questions. And he was like, okay. So I sat down at the table and I started asking him the questions, and I was like, sounds like a really cool job. Like, I think I kind of want to do that. And I came home and told my mom, and she was like, no, you're going to college. And I was like, okay. So I went to college, and then while at Georgia, 9/11 happened. And I was in college at the time, but I was just so angry about all of it, and it kind of made me revert back. I was like, what can I do to like help out? Kind of like give some kind of service back, like help. And I was like, I really think I want to be a cop. Like, it just kept coming up in my brain. And I graduated from college, and then I taught high school for 1 year, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I still want to be a cop. So then I went to DeKalb County Police and became a police officer.
How do you think your experiences have shaped you as a person?
Wow. My experiences in law enforcement? I think that it has made me realize that there's a lot of things in life that you really think, you're like, there's no way I would ever be able to do that. but when you're in a job like law enforcement, you get put in that situation whether you want to be in it or not.
Yeah.
And you think, oh my God, if I was gonna get shot at, or if somebody punched me in my face, or if something crazy happened, I would just curl up in a ball and die. And once you go through crazy experiences and you kind of come out on the other end and you look back, you're like, wow, I did that, and I did not freak out. Like, I actually handled my business. So it kind of makes you become a stronger person. And I think also it kind of lets you see a different side of the world that I think most people don't see.
What does courage mean to you?
Oh my gosh, it means that you're willing to do something that most people aren't. That, you know, you're willing to put yourself in harm's way to protect somebody else or do something out of the ordinary.
How do you see yourself being courageous every day?
I really don't look at myself as like like a courageous person. I try to set a good example for all of you guys while I'm around you. You guys are kind of like my first crew, my 8th grade crew. You know, when I walked in here, it was towards the end of y'all's 6th grade year. And I had no clue what I was doing. I didn't really know, like, what does a resource officer do? You know, I just, you know, came here, and over these years, I've figured out that it really is a lot of mentoring and a lot of teaching classes and a lot of just, like, almost like kind of guiding you guys too. You know, I don't see all of you guys every single day, but I try to present myself in a manner and try to guide you guys as much as possible, especially, you know, young women who, you know, I've talked to a lot of them that are trying to go into fields that are a little bit more male dominated, and it's, you know, it's a big hurdle for a lot of women. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.